head feel thick. Goddamn freezing. Come on. Well, thank goodness for that. if I don't warm up soon. I'm gonna need to eat soon.
Hey there, how you doing? You played any Resi 6 lately? Oh yeah, what stages have you been playing? Been having a little break from it lately, but I'll probably get playing it again at some point, and then I'll invite you to play some rounds. I'm kind of disappointed Resident Evil 4, they didn't bother to put co-op mercs in that. They could have done totally. Oh god, Urban Chaos. I hate that level. Absolutely hate the zombie maps. They drive me to insanity, they do. I hate them. So buggy and glitchy, the zombies and the dogs. I slightly don't mind Catacombs. Cannot bear the others. Yeah, Catacombs I kind of don't mind, and Urban Chaos, god I hate that. Don't mind rooftop missions so much, don't mind that, but I just don't understand how you build even more time on that. I always get stuck on the same kind of time. Oh shit, I forgot my freaking bedroll. Oh well.
could eat anything right now.
Yeah, I've played some of the maps on solo, and sometimes I think, oh, I'll give solo a go, but then I'm like, oh, I can't be bothered. I just can't be bothered to play solo much. I can't believe I forgot my bedroll. Sucks. I mean, I finally reached my goal of getting like 2,800,000 on High Seas Fortress. Done 40 minutes on High Seas Fortress a few times now. I've done it with Chris BSAA in Samurai. I'd like to do it with some other characters, but I just need to have the motivation to do it. It's really just down to getting the occasional double kill, double counters near the end. I mean, Ada and Carla are like so good at getting doubles and triples with counters, but I kind of find Carla and Ada a bit boring, honestly. They're just so overused. I didn't even like using Chris for a long time. I prefer using Samurai over BSAA. But obviously BSAA gets the grenades, which kind of helps. Although I think actually my IC Fortress score might be the highest with Samurai.
Can't feel my feet.
And I'm a bit annoyed because I had a Steel Beast video where I got 2,900,000. 2,900,000 something. And 2,930,000 I think, and then I accidentally deleted. I accidentally deleted the video. I wanted to upload it to YouTube.
Too cold to think.
It's just strange on Resi 6 mix, because sometimes you can do the same thing. Sometimes you'll get a really good score, then sometimes you just get one that's much lower. I'd like to get better at Creature Workshop. I've not really put a lot of effort into that one.
Not sure why I feel so tired.
Have you played any maps on solo, really? Other than rooftop mission? I had a good run on liquid fire. It was going pretty well. Then some crap happened and I lost the run. No, actually them explosive things, they all blew up and ruined it. Ah, that's better. I was seriously too close to dying then. And this game's permadeath, so...
Fire's life out here.
Yeah, Carla and Ada, they're really good for the countering, but like I said, I don't find them that exciting to use really. It's like everybody uses them, it's not really anything. I don't know, I just ain't a big fan of that character. Yeah, I did do Steel Beast with Piers and I got 2,700,000 something, it was a pretty good one. I've just kind of reached the point where I'm not sure. Like if I was to wanted to get like really good higher scores, I'd probably have to do like Ada or Carla or something, and I just ain't really into that character. Yeah, I've not played with Jake much, but yeah, you don't see many people play with him as much as Ada, that's for sure. You know what I hate though, when I'm playing with random people and they select Jake's alternative outfit where he's got the grenade launcher and a knife, I'm like, oh god. Because you know you can absolutely make no time, or you know you're playing with somebody that's probably doesn't know what they're doing if they select him. I don't mind helping people get scores who are like got less scores if they kind of twig on how to play the game. Like I was helping somebody and I could tell he knew that you needed to build time to get a nice score, but like he wouldn't trust me, and like he would like throw bombs to just blow people up instead of like I obviously know what I'm doing and my score's much higher than him, and instead of just trusting me and like, you know, building time, which he was doing, if there was a lot of enemies he'd just blow them up, and I'm like, oh, why are you doing that? Or he'd like shoot them, the explosive ones, he would shoot them and just blow them up. I'm thinking, why are you doing that? Do you want to get any? And then he would like choose the same character and to want to play again. I'm like, well, I can't help you get a new score if you're just going to keep blowing them up and shooting them to death. Ada's dress. Yeah, Ada dress. Yeah, I don't mind the Ada dress one so much. That's kind of... You'll have to... When we play again, you'll have to try using it. And I'll use Chris. And we'll try a couple of levels. Not zombies with me, I'm afraid, though. I can't stand them. Try Steel Beast and High Seas and... What's that other one? Requiem for War. Which material do I have? I actually haven't got any of the Adas unlocked. Ada. You used Ada dress with me, but I only put you up. Really? I'm surprised if I did that, because I don't like zombie maps. Was it definitely me? Oh yeah, I think you said you wanted to try in the catacombs, didn't you? So I was choosing it so you could have a go at it. And I think, actually, we did have a couple of runs that were kind of decent. Kind of. It's just crazy there. I prefer to play levels that are more controlled. I've got a few Resident Evil videos I still need to upload to my YouTube channel. Nearly got 9 million. I was using Chris, BSAA, and my friend was using Leon. Steel Beast, and he got, what was it, 8 million? I can't remember what it, 800, I can't remember what the hell it was. No, it was 2,890,000 something, I think he got. So it was close to 2,900,000. Steel Beast's another weird one. Sometimes I can get pretty good on there. Then there'll be runs that I think are going really well, but they end up with less time. It's all about that middle bit, I think. No, I think it's about like 50 to 80 combo on Steel Beast. About 40 to 80 combo Steel Beast. That bit where you have to fight in that like corner with the flying enemies. That if you can do that bit really clean, that's what you got to do. Get that bit really good, and then you got to get the bit at the bottom really good. But sometimes when you play with random people, if they start at the bottom, they take the flash grenade out of the box, and they take the grenade out of the box, and then when you go down later, you can't get them because they've vanished. So it's like you need to leave the items there so you can both get them together later on. No, it's weird. Those weapons, they just don't... The weapons just don't have any... It's a grenade launcher and a knife. It's like, how does that help? Bad for bosses, bad for setting up melees. And not very good. I was trying to help this Australian person that added me. And he was obsessed with wanting to play rooftops. I played with him a bit, but I'm like, I hate zombie maps. I'm not the person for you if you want to get good zombie scores. IC's Fortress or anything else I'll help you with, but I can't do zombie maps. I'm not the best player. I'm like, if you could rank people, you get like the S plus, then you'd get the S, then A, then B. I'd probably put myself at around at A. I'm good enough to get people a decent score, a higher decent score, but I can't help people get the highest scores. You can't do a quick shot without saying what you mean on the zombie maps. Is that what you mean? On the zombie maps you can't do a quick shot. Oh, you mean with Jake's alternate costume, don't you? I mean, you can double slide into the enemies, which I tend to do more. Yeah, I tend to do the double slide into enemies anyway, or do the elbow. You know, the elbow from behind. I don't really tend to quick shot much, especially since it often ends up shooting the wrong things completely. I've started to get a lot better at countering, you know, the like the pincer-headed scorpion things. I'm pretty good at countering them now, and I found a good spot on liquid fire where to counter a bunch of those. But it also depends on where the other person's standing as well.
This gear's starting to
Yeah,
slow
it
me
can
down.
be quite tricky doing the double slide. Even as sometimes you'll just slide it to an enemy, and it will slide and miss, or it will make you dive to the side, or sometimes the controls do get really messed up on Resi 6. I know it happens to me. Just one little error like that can sometimes mess up everything. I do miss playing IC Fortress, that's my favourite one. In some runs, like, you know the big grasshopper enemies, some runs you can counter them really easily, then other times they just keep walking around and they do that thing where they jump onto the back legs and swing the little arms at you, and then you get the most annoying part of IC Fortress is them flying enemies there. They'll just drop bombs. It's like you need to try and quickly flash one of those enemies that swipe at you with the machetes, and then try and blow them up with a grenade. Or you try and keep a couple of regular enemies hanging around for when they spawn, so you can quickly get rid of them with a grenade trick. It happens all the time, to be honest. But then it's good. I mean, especially with Chris and probably with Ada, you could probably do it. When you're fighting the grasshoppers, try not to counter them, try and counter the regular enemies that swing at you. And if the grasshoppers are nearby, you'll probably kick or shoulder charge them over as well and get doubles. That's always good. But I think it's really important on IC Fortress for one person to kind of go underneath at the end to get doubles in those narrow corridors. But I'm not certain where like the second player should stand to like balance the enemies. Sometimes one person gets more enemies than the other. But I've seen videos where some people, one of the players will end, you know the container, you know pretty much where you start together and you blow them up, where you get that grenade in the box at the start. I've seen where somebody goes over there at some point and they will end over there as well. So that's something I need to try with somebody. One of us needs to go over to that corner. I think that container as well, a boss comes out of that container as well near the end. And I think a lot of these long-armed stretchy ones come out of there. What's quite frustrating as well is on liquid fire
It's dusk, so night
you
can't
need
be
to
far
try and
behind.
shoot that I think it's called Raskaplangi, the big leech enemy thing. You have to try and shoot that so it falls into the lava, because then you get the points from the actual kill. You get more points from it for killing it and by making it drop in the lava. Because when you just shoot it on the floor and it explodes, I don't think it gives you points, but if you get it in the lava it gives you the higher points because it's a boss and you've literally killed it. And it's just awkward doing that. But that bit's horrible when all the explode. No, not the fly one. You know the one that like jumps on top if it shoves that like leech thing in your mouth and kills you? That one. And that's liquid fire is quite tricky to play with random people, because they often go upstairs and then they like, you know, the ones with the machine guns in them little circular rooms, they'll kill those, and then when you go up there to use them to blow up the explosive enemies and get time from them, you go up there and they've already killed them, so you've got nothing to use with the exploding marshmallowy enemies. And I'm like, oh shit, they've killed them. And then you're left with a bunch of those following you around and they just have to explode. I was playing with somebody, I forget who it is. I was playing with somebody and he was pretty good, he was Crispy SAA. And I was Crispy SAA as well, and we was playing Liquid Fire. He had like 2,900,000 on Liquid Fire. And he had like 2,900,000 on Liquid Fire. And I was in the middle part. And I started in the middle, and I managed to get a counter. And I got plus 50 seconds. That was crazy. I got plus 50 from one counter. But then, like other times, you can counter a group of enemies, and you think, oh yeah, this is going to be a good one, and you'll get maybe 1 or 2 enemies when it definitely should have been more. And then when you don't expect it, you end up getting like 40 or 50 seconds. The Jarvos on the Neo Jarvos on Liquid Fire seem easier to group together and counter than the other ones. The Chinese ones with the masks on. Yeah, it's just a matter of them attacking you, really. they're both easy to counter. You know what I've noticed quite often though? It's often the enemy that's like at the back of the pack that tries to take a swipe at you. And it's a good thing in a way, because if you can get the right angle, you can get the multiple kill. But if you're not expecting the one at the back to strike you, then often you don't get him. You can kind of tell when the enemies are going to hit you, some of them there. Like the guys with the guys with the like, little submachine guns. If they bend down, they usually bend down, then they stand up quickly, and you know they're going to try and hit you with the gun. And then, but then sometimes they'll just keep walking around, keep walking backwards, and they'll keep trying to shoot you, and that's annoying. Or sometimes they'll roll and stand up and try and hit you. Or if you manage to get them as soon as they spawn and stand in front of them, they'll try and hit you. But if they keep walking backwards and shooting, you know you may as well just like quick shot them or double slide them. Yeah, that backflip's aggravating as well. Something they keep like yelling to get the friends. And then you get the what else do they do? Oh, that's it, on Icy's Fortress. I feel like when you get to about 100 combo plus, I feel like their bullets do more damage, because they always seem to make you roll over and fall on the floor a lot more than the ones at the start. I feel like the bullets have got increased damage at that point. Like I say, before I get any new scores, I'm probably going to have to like watch some strategies on YouTube. The problem is they don't always have the partner's side, so you can't see what the partner did. So it's hard to gauge where both of you stand to get the right enemy spawns. Another thing is, have you seen where people do that trick with the grenade launcher to collect timers with the Carla and Ada? Like they'll shoot the grenade and they'll slide, and as the grenade hits the timer and they slide, it thinks that they've collected the timer like by sliding into it, but the grenades hit it, obviously, and explode. But I can't seem to do that with my controller. I try to do it and my character's always like too slow to respond. I don't know how the hell they managed to get the character to react that quick. I've tried it. It would be really useful if I could get it to work, especially with Helena, because she's got the grenade launcher and I like using her, but I can't get that grenade launcher trick to work. You can also chuck flame grenades at the timers and then do a slide, and it will consider that you've collected the timer with the flame grenade if you slide as the flame grenade hits it. I've done that before, but it's not really something that you need to do. Wow, 15 litres of water. What time is it now? It's past midnight. Yeah, I'm gonna go into bed in a second. As in real life, not on this game. I've noticed on IC Fortress, it's usually like, oh, my condition's completely done. When you reach about 50 combo, 50 to 100, certain gunmen that spawn near the deck area, yeah, if you counter them it doesn't kill them, but there's ones that spawn from underneath and it does still kill them. And after 100 after 100 something, you can counter them again. I was talking about that with one of my friends not long ago. It's actually best if you can get them when they're coming out of the spawn points underneath. But again, it's tricky because if you don't get there at the right time, multiple ones are down there. Also on the IC Fortress, if the the snipers, if they're on the balcony or on the containers and they're aiming, it kind of considers it a enemy attacking you, and so other enemies that were around you won't swipe at you because it already thinks that an enemy is attacking you. So that's why it's important as well to get rid of those snipers as quick as possible, otherwise they'll stop other enemies trying to swipe at you. But usually you can't get onto that container and kill both of the snipers until about 40 combo. I think the worst part is around, on the IC Fortress, it's probably around 50 combo to 60 combo because it goes really quiet. I think it's... I'm not sure what the solution to that is. What I found though is if on that, if you both about 30ish combo, if you both fight up on the balcony, then kill the boss. One person drops below the balcony and fights kind of down there. The other person runs to the other end, drops down and collects the timer, then kind of goes underneath, goes around the long way. You know, basically, you know that helicopter that's got like the grenades in? It's got like a grenade and a flame bomb in. One person drops and goes like, runs over there and then goes underground. And it seems to make the enemies split up and spawn a lot quicker. And that's how I've noticed me and my other friend build a lot of time. Rather than both fighting together at 60 onwards, down together. It separates the exploding ones out a little bit as well. What day am I on? Day 52. Right, I'm going to get going to bed now because I want to try and do some exercise in the morning. Yeah, I'll try getting back on Resi 6 soon, and we'll have to have a go at some runs. You have to keep me updated if you get any new good scores as well. Can I fix my knife? Oh yeah, and on IC Fortress, I think it's about 100. What is it? 130 combo. Oh no, it's about. No, it's about 130. It's after the RPG men have died. So under 130ish combo. I think it's good if both people are down fighting together in the middle, because the flashes are useful, but kind of separated a little bit. One person kind of on the other end and one on the other. And then if things get desperate and someone needs flash throwing, then you can throw one and help the other person out, but just stay separated enough that the enemies actually will try and attack you individually. There's nothing worse than a run that's going pretty good, but then like your partner's up fighting on the balcony at like 130 combo and you're like, come down here, I need help, I need a flashbang thrown to stun these grasshoppers because they're not behaving. I've noticed as well the pincer added things. If the ones that spawn as pincers already, you can counter them and they will die. But if it's a gunman and he transforms into a pincer and you counter it, it won't die instantly. You have to weaken them ones. The ones that you see literally transform, you have to weaken them. Yeah, I can remember when I was playing Catacombs with you though, and I got like, was it like 4 or 5 doubles in a row? It was them ones with the dynamite strapped to the chest. They jumped at me, and I took multiple enemies out. I made like a minute and a half or something. Like I got like, yeah, 1, 2, 3. It was like 5 doubles in a row with them jumping. Right, now I've walked into that door, the game will save. I better go because my eyes are starting to ache. I'm going to end up with massive eye bags. Anyway, thanks for popping in, and pop in again sometime, we'll talk some more Resi 6. And like I say, let me know if you get any new scores. Or if there's any maps you want to try that aren't zombie ones, let me know. And I'll try and get on with you and play some. I've got another friend as well that plays, and I don't get to play with him as often, but he's got a bit of time off work at the minute. So while he's around, I'm just playing with him a bit as well. But when he's busy again, that'll give me a bit more time. Anyway, I'll see you later. Have a good day or night or whatever time it is there.